Yes. Good afternoon to all.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good
Good
afternoon, sir.
afternoon, sir.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Welcome to all.
Good
So
afternoon,
today,
sir.
good afternoon. So today,
Afternoon, sir.
let's start our today's lecture. So in the previous lecture, we have discussed about your BSc syllabus, BSc curriculum, and we have seen that in in the BSc. So this BSc is a 3-year course. It is a 3-year course. In FIBSc, you have to take 4 subjects either from A group or from the B group or from the C group. So in A group we have seen you are having, that is, 4 subjects, and those subjects are mathematics, then statistics, then physics and chemistry, right? In B group we have seen we have again 4 subjects, that is micro, zoology, botany and again chemistry. And in C group again you have 4 subjects, that is zoology, botany, physics and chemistry. So you find that in each group, A, B, C group, you are having chemistry as a common subject, right? So you are having chemistry as a common subject. So chemistry is a common subject. You have to take chemistry at FIBSc as a compulsory subject. Okay. So in the FIBSc again, per subject you are having 4 papers. So there are 4 subjects, and per subject you are having 2 paper. You are having 2 papers, means chemistry 1, chemistry 2, like this one. So as there are the 4 subject, so 4 into 2 is equal to 8 theory papers. 8 theory papers. And again, per subject you are having 1 practical, so means there are the 4 practicals. 4 practical papers. So total there are 12 papers. Total there are the 12 papers. And as it is a semester pattern, so here you have to give exam. Each paper is of 50 marks. Each paper is of 50 mark. So each paper is of 50 mark. So here each paper 50 marks, right? So each paper is of 50 mark. So again you have seen that here you are having 70-30 pattern. 70-30 pattern means 70% is external exam and 30% is your internal exam, internal examination. So out of 50, 70% means 35 marks exam will be external, means this exam will be taken by Pune city, and 15 mark exam will be internal. So college will take exam of 15 mark. So 35 plus 15 is equal to, that is the 50 marks. Okay. So in first sem you have 1 paper of 50 mark, second sem again 1 paper of 50 marks. So here you will get exam of 1200 marks. So BSc first year is of 1200 mark, and it is a semester pattern. It is a semester pattern, and again it is a CBCS pattern. CBCS choice based credit system means you are not getting the marks. Actually, we are taking the exam on the mark, but we are going to convert it into corresponding credit. So here you have you'll get exam, and you have to earn credit. Okay, so they are the compulsory. They are the compulsory, and again apart from this, also we have seen that you have to earn extra 10 credit, right? 10 credit, 2 credit. They are compulsory from the physical education, and you have to earn itself in the FYBSc. Yeah, right, you have to earn itself in the FYBSc. So college will take exam, and you'll get the again the grades. So you have to fill the also exam form of this one, and remaining 8 credit you can earn throughout the BSc, right? You can earn throughout the BSc, right? Maybe in the BSc first year, second year, or third year. Okay, so you have seen everything also in the last lecture, right? So we have seen the examination pattern. So in the internal, we'll take 2 exam. We'll take 2 exam. So in internal of we'll take 2 exams. That is the class test. Depending upon the syllabus, we'll take exam maybe of 10 mark, maybe of 20 mark, and we'll convert it into that one. At the same time, also we can give you assignment depending upon the presentee. So we'll get all these internal marks. So there are very high number of the choice to take the internal examination. Sometimes we may take also class test, assignment. Sometimes it may be the group discussion, maybe the seminar. But generally, there will be 2 compulsory class test, right? Compulsory class test, right? So this is about the pattern of this examination. So we have seen CBCS pattern, and again it is the choice based credit system. Again we have seen that in FYBSc, number 1, in FYBSc you have 4 subject, right? You have 4 subject, right? Either group A, group B, or group C, right? When you pass FYBSc, then we'll go for the SYBSc, second year, Bachelor of Science. So here, out of 4 subject, you have to take 3 subject. You have to take 3 subject, right? So from A group, B group, and C group, you can drop any one subject, and you can take any 3 subject. So again, similarly, per subject you have 2 papers, and again there is one extra paper called as English, right? You will add English paper, so you have to also pass this English subject. And in TYBSc, so out of 3 you have to take only 1 subject. You have to take only 1 subject, right? So there is no English, right? Only you will get only 1 subject. Okay, so in our college we are having at TY level chemistry, right? And also you have the microbiology, and also having the mathematics. Means we can do this chemistry at TY level, provided you must have chemistry at SYBSc. Chemistry at SYBSc. Every subject is a compulsory and equally important. Some students will say that no, I will put this subject only for the passing, and I will not score this in this subject. So here, when you go after BSc for the higher education, so they'll check your all the marks. So when you pass BSc, you can go for the MSc, Master of Science, and in our college also having a MSc chemistry, right? We are having also MSc chemistry. So one can do MSc chemistry. Uh, After BSc also there are the number of the jobs. You can go for different jobs, different competitive examination. But generally I recommend you to do firstly MSc. After MSc, one can go for the higher education, that is called as a PhD, Doctor of Philosophy, right? And after PhD also we can do also PDF, postdoctor fellow, PDF, postdoctor fellow, right? So this is the sequence one can go for the education. Now you know the education what we can do. So I think BSc degree. What is the BSc? It is now clear to you, right? So in BSc first year, you are having the four subjects. So don't say that I am here for BSc chemistry, I am here for BSc so and so, right? So you have the four subject. You have to pass all the four subject. Okay. Now, uh, suppose in some of the subject, if you fail in the FYBSc, right? When you go for the SYBSc, so you are having ADKT, even though if you don't pass in few subjects, there are some rules and regulation of the SPPU, Savitribai Phule Pune University. So you can complete or you can complete that credit or you can pass in that subject also in the SYBSc, right? But for taking admission for the TYBSc, your all subject of FYBSc should be clear at least up to SYBSc, right? At least up to SYBSc. Some student sometimes also used to ask that suppose if they fail in one of the subject in the FYBSc and they go for the SYBSc, and they say that no, I'm not putting the subject at the SYBSc, then there is need to pass in the FYBSc. Of course, you have to pass every subject of FYBSc, even though if you drop that subject at a SYBSc. And so remember, so some student they used to ask like this question that I have backlog or I have not passed in some of the subject in this FYBSc, and I'm going to drop that subject in the SYBSc. So it is necessary to pass in FYBSc or in that subject. Of course, it is necessary to pass in the FYBSc. So it is a compulsory to pass in the FYBSc. So remember, these are some rules and regulation, right? So these are some rules that we have discussed in short, and everyone must know all these rules. And so, if you want to know something other than this one, right, you may ask any question so that we can go further for your syllabus. Yes, any question? In doubt about the BSc syllabus or BSc curriculum? You can ask any question. If you want to ask, if you have any doubt, you may ask. No doubt. Okay. Now, you are in the FYBSc. Okay. So when we take admission for any course, of course, also one should know what is the scope for that subject, for that stream. Yes, one student asking question that can I take third level statistics? Of course, you can take any subject that you are having at SYBSc level. You are having three subjects at SYBSc. You are having three subjects at SYBSc. Out of three subjects, you can take any one of them. Right? You can take any one of them. In our college, we are having only TYBSc chemistry, TYBSc mathematics, and TYBSc microbiology. Right? So we can take any one subject that you are having at SYBSc. Okay? Right. Any other question? Okay, so uh, again, yes, about the books, uh, you can uh, so here about the books in your syllabus, a list of reference book has been given. You can refer those reference book also. At the same time, in the market also you are having some textbook, that is the Manali publication, Nirali publication. You can also read those books, but better you go for the reference book. You attend all lectures, because in the science, if you attend all lectures, your concept becomes clear, and it actually becomes clear. So sometimes we used to discuss which is not in the syllabus, and that you have covered in the previous class, in the lower class. So if you attend the lecture, right, so you get the idea that what to read, what to not read, how to read, and where we get the references, where we get the books. So in the market, you are having the Manali publication, Nirali publication. You can use also those textbook for the chemistry, right? And at the same time, you can use organic chemistry by the Clidon, organic chemistry by the Morrison Boyd, then base ball, physical chemistry, organic chemistry by the base ball. So you can purchase also this textbook, right? Again, one question that it is compulsory to drop a subject. It is a These are the rules and regulations of the SPPU cited by Pune University. At FIBSC, you are having a 4 subject. At SI level, you are having the 3 subject, and at FI, at TY level, you are having only 1 subject. So of course, at SIBSC, you have to drop any 1 subject, right? And at TY, you have to take only 1 subject. So you must have some idea that where to make our career, right? Where to go, and accordingly you have to try, so that after BSc, after MSc, you should get a good career. And all subjects are good. Every subject is having equal weightage, right? But depending upon your interest, right? See the market around you, where you can get the job, where you can go for the higher education, where you can go for the different type of the job. Accordingly, you have to prepare, and accordingly you can select those subjects. Better you can ask to your teachers that teaches that subject. So you should ask your teachers, your friends, your parents, sometimes your seniors, the scope of every subject, and where we can get a different type of the job in that subject, and accordingly you have to prepare and you have to go for that education. Okay. Again, can we do technician with FYBSc, right? So in FYBSc, suppose can we do lab technician with FYBSc? Lab technician means, are you asking about the course, Vanzare? Are you asking about the course or a job? About the course in our college, you are having also some certificate course. You are having also some certificate course. The BSc student, MSc student, also they can do a 6 month course, that is called as a instrumental techniques in chemistry. Instrumental techniques in chemistry. So if you do such type of courses, also you can get job as a technician, or as an expert in the chemical laboratory, or maybe in the industry. Sometimes you may get the preference while doing the job after BSc also and after MSc also. So the students are interested for this course, and so here you can go to the college website. Just I can put the college website, Dr. D.Y. Patil College, Dr. Dr. D.Y. Patil ACS College, right? You can open the college website, and when you open the college website, here you will get a window where you are having a list of different courses where we can do the certificate course, right? Look here. Here is the certificate and the language course. So in our college, we are having different certificate course like French, German, Japanese, Spanish, beauty and wellness, herbal cosmetics, instrumentation or instrumental techniques in chemistry. So in our chemistry, we run this course, 6 month course, that is a instrumental techniques in chemistry. This course has been sanctioned by the Pune University, and uh, it is also approved by the UGC, University Grant Commission, HRD Ministry. Right. So for taking this, for taking admission for this certificate course, you have to create a new email ID, and you can go for here, apply now. Right, apply now.
Sir, voice is breaking.
Yes, right. So you can go for the apply now. Now it is okay. Okay, right. So here you can go for the apply now, and you can fill this again as you took admission for the FIBC in the similar way. You have to fill this form. You have to create username and password, and then you can take admission for this course also. Okay. So again, you will get all the details on the college website. Okay. So any other question? Now may I audible? Okay. Right?
Sir, voice is breaking.
Voice is breaking. 1 minute. Now it's okay.
Yes, sir. Audible.
Okay, okay, right. Okay. So in this way, you can take admission for this 6 month certificate course. So this course has been sanctioned by the Pune University. Just I will show you the circular. Here under the circular, I think the Pune University website is under the construction. So here you will not uh, go for this website. Okay, no problem, right? So later on also you can check the details of this course also. Okay, any other question? What is the fee structure for the certificate course? Okay, so it is 6 month course, and you are having only 6,000 fee. Now you can pay only 1,000 and you can take admission. Later on, the remaining fee you can pay later on, right? Okay. So it is a 6 month course, and the fee for the this course, that is the instrumental techniques in chemistry. So here we are going to give hands-on training. We are going to conduct some projects. Also, we are going to. So here I will show you the syllabus for this one, for this course. Just wait. I will show you syllabus so that you can also get the idea about this course also. Right. So instrumental techniques in chemistry. So this is the course, and this is the syllabus. So there are the three theory papers. In first theory paper, you are having skill development and MS Office. Means when a person go for the industry, he don't know how to speak or how to behave, how to approach, and how to write the resume. And so everything we learn in this paper, MS Office. So basic knowledge of this MS Office we learn. Where in our college we are having a good computer lab. So we learn this course, skill development and the MS Office. Second paper is of good laboratory practices and instruments in the chemical laboratory. So in this paper, we are going to learn what are the good laboratory practices. Means when you enter in the lab, so what to do and what to not do. So what are the safety measures one has to take while performing any experiment. So you will get, you will learn, or also will put some workshop on that one. We can also send to you to some other colleges to attending this workshop. Some eminent persons from experts from this area will give you some lectures on that one also. Then instruments in the chemical laboratory. So in chemistry, we are having a different type of the instruments like IR, NMR, mass, or maybe UV, maybe pH meter, potentiometer, potentiometry. So we have hands-on training on some of the instruments and purification techniques. In purification techniques, there are the number of the techniques that we can purify the organic compound. So here we are going to learn all these techniques, and we have hands-on training, or we have the practicals on this course. So here each paper is of 4 credit, and it is of 100 mark. So again you have the 70-30 pattern for this course. Okay, so here these are the instrumental techniques in chemistry, and this course has been sanctioned by the Pune University. Right, this course has been sanctioned by the Pune University. So this is about the curriculum of this 6-month course. Yes, any other doubt? No doubt. Okay, so again, time to time we'll try to discuss when will be the lecture of the certificate course. When will be the lecture of the certificate course will be conducted? What if they collapse with the college lectures? Look here, we are putting lectures and practicals uh, for this certificate course in such a way that there will be no overlapping with your practicals and theory. And so either after your theory or practical, will conduct these lectures and the these practicals. And so don't worry about that one, there will be no overlapping. Again, next question, is this paper is written or on the computer? Now look, now as per, actually all these papers are the written papers, but it depends upon the situation. As there's a pandemic, so last year we have taken the online examination, but here actually there must be more hands-on training, so you should get the more practical knowledge. So 60% is the practical knowledge and 40% is the theoretical knowledge, right? And if there is an offline lecture, of course we will take a offline exam. Okay, and you get the certificate having the label of the Pune University and also the college. Okay, yes, any other question? No question. Okay, now we have discussed in short about our BSc, and also we have discussed about your certificate course in the chemistry. Even though if you have any doubt, you may also send me message or you can call me. We'll try to discuss. I will try to solve that for you. The students who are interested to take admission for this 6-month certificate course, so that those students may call me or they may send me messages, and I will tell you how to take admission for that one. We get the chance to learn, to work with the SYBSc, TYBSc, and also MSc student. And again, depending upon your interest, also we are going to send you for 1 week, 2 week, or maybe 2 day, 1 day training in the industry also. And so we have MOU with some of the industry. So depending upon your interest, also we used to send some of the students in the group or maybe individually to the industry or to the research lab, or here also in our pharmacy also we are having some good instruments, so there also we have hands-on training. Okay, I think now there is no doubt, right? So let us discuss something basic things about your curriculum. Last time we have discussed about your syllabus, right? In FY we have seen that you have in FI you have that is the in semester 1 there are two theory paper, that is a CH101 physical chemistry of 2 credit, right, and CH102 organic chemistry, again it is of 2 credit. So uh, here each paper is of 2 credit, near about 36 lecture. So in first semester you have the physical chemistry, organic chemistry and one practical, and in the second semester you have again 2 papers of theory. In that one 201, 2 stands for second semester, 1 stands for first semester, and you have the inorganic chemistry and the analytical chemistry. In the first semester you have the one practical, you have one practical and one practical 103, and it is of 1.5 credit, near about 46.8 lectures, right? So these about your uh, structure of this one. And if you see the syllabus of the organic chemistry, right, so here you'll get the syllabus. I will go directly to the organic chemistry. This is the second semester, and this is the first semester syllabus. Okay, so here you have to learn fundamentals of organic chemistry. Fundamentals of organic chemistry, that is the physical effects, that is the electronic effect, inductive effect, electromagnetic effect, a resonance effect, hyperconjugation effect, then the cleavage of bonds, homolysis, heterolysis, then structure and the shape and the reactivity of organic molecules. What are the nucleophiles, electrophiles, reactive intermediates like carbocation, carbanion, like this one. And also you have to learn aromaticity, that is the Huckel's rule. Second topic is upper stereochemistry. So there we have learned how to draw the structure of the organic compound. We have learned there the cis and trans isomerism, and next topic is about the aliphatic hydrocarbon. In aliphatic hydrocarbon, you have to learn some concept in functional group. We have to learn in detail about the chemistry of alkane, and chemistry of alkyne. I think in the base in the 11th class, you have learned the chemistry of the hydrocarbon, that is the alkane, alkene, and alkyne. So this topic you have learned already in the 11th class. So it is a totally repetition, and near about 100% repetition. In in the 12th class and also in the 11th class, you have learned some concept of the stereochemistry. You have learned that is the geometrical isomerism, cis-trans isomerism, what is the stereochemistry, and some new concept you have to learn in the stereochemistry. Means near about 50% of this topic you have learned already in the 11th class and the 12th class. And if you see the first topic, that is the fundamentals of organic chemistry, I think you have learned every point in the lower class, that is the 11th class and the 12th class, right? So here I think near about 90% syllabus you have learned in the 11th and 12th class. Means only 10% syllabus is new to you. So as there is a more repetition, so I think every syllabus is as not new to you, as there is a repetition, so you can understand very easily, and you should understand very easily. So you must read more reference book rather than textbook, and you have to make your concept clear, right? You have to make your concept clear, right? So these are the some reference book that you can read, right? So better you read that is the Morrison Boyd book, Morrison and Boyd Organic Chemistry, and you can also read Advanced Organic Chemistry by Bhal and Bhal. Then you can also go for, that is the guidebook to the mechanism, right? So one should read every book. All books are very important, right? Try to read maximum book, but at the same time you can also purchase the Manali and Nirali publication books. Okay, so this is about the some syllabus. Now here we'll take, or as you have learned everything in the low class, so just we'll discuss in short about the basic concept. You know, organic chemistry. Now I will teach you organic chemistry, right? I will teach you organic chemistry, right? You should know what is the definition of the organic chemistry. Can anyone tell me definition of organic chemistry? Yes. Anyone? You can unmute and you can tell me the definition of organic chemistry. Yes.
A branch of chemistry that deals with the carbon compounds.
Very good, right? So here a very simple definition of the organic chemistry. So you know the periodic table. In the periodic table there is a carbon having the atomic number 6, right? So here organic chemistry is a branch of chemistry. Organic chemistry is a branch of chemistry which deals with the organic compound. We learn the chemistry of organic compounds, right? What are the organic compounds? Organic compounds are the compounds which contain carbon. So anything which contains carbon and its study is called as a organic chemistry. Very simple definition. The study of organic compound is called as a organic chemistry, or the study of carbon containing compounds is called as organic chemistry. So here only on this carbon we set up a subject called as organic chemistry. So it is a very easy, very simple, and the all the concept that you have learned in the lower class. Now you know the chemistry, that is the organic chemistry, right? Now here you know organic compound, it contains carbon and hydrogen, right? So you know hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon. What is the definition of a hydrocarbon? What is the definition of hydrocarbon? Hydro and carbon. Hydro, the
A compound which is made up of carbon and hydrogen. That's called hydrocarbon.
very good, Nandini, right? So here the compound, look here, the name itself tells the compound which contains hydrogen and carbon is called as a hydrocarbon, right? The compound which contains hydrogen and carbon is called as a hydrocarbon. So these hydrocarbons they are of different type, right? So here it may be alkane, right? It may be alkene, it may be alkyne, and also maybe aromatic compound. Aromatic compounds. So you know the definition of alkane. So tell me any one of them. What is the definition of alkane? What is the definition of alkane?
Representing carbon-carbon single bond.
Representing carbon-carbon single bond, right? So here these are the hydrocarbon, right? These are the hydrocarbon containing carbon-carbon single bond having the general molecular formula CnS2n plus 2 is called as alkene. Very simple definition, right? So alkenes are the aliphatic saturated hydrocarbon containing carbon-carbon single bond, having the general molecular formula CnS2n plus 2 is called as alkane. Similarly, you can define alkene as these are aliphatic hydrocarbon containing carbon-carbon double bond having the general molecular formula CnS2n, right? And alkyne, these are aliphatic unsaturated hydrocarbon containing carbon-carbon triple bond having the general molecular formula CnS2n minus 2, right? So here we have learned definition of all these compounds in the lower class, and everything you have to learn also in the BSc first year, right? Now you know the definition of the alkane, you know the general representation, and you must know the members of this family, right? So alkane, the first member of alkane, who is the first member of alkane?
Methane.
Methane.
Methane, right? So the first member of alkane is a methane, CH4, methane. So it is a methane, right? So here n is 1. So when you put n is equal to 1, C1 H2 2 into 1 plus 2 is equal to C1. We don't write 1. So 2 plus 2 into 1, 2 plus 2, 4 means CH4. So in this way you can write the members of this family alkane. Then ethane, then ethane, and C2H6, right? Similarly, alkene, the first member of alkene,
Ethene.
ethene, right? So the first member of alkene is ethene. Hello, लेक्चर सुरू आहे, फोन करतो, ठीक आहे? नाही येतो 5 मिनिट, ठीक. Hello. So the first member of this compound is ethene, right? And the first member of alkyne is ethyne, right? So all this concept that you have to learn in the BSc first year. So even if you don't know anything about the organic chemistry, so don't worry. And if you know only carbon, right? Carbon having the atomic number 6 and mass number 12, right? Then also you can start from any point this organic chemistry, and you can learn and you can understand this every concept. Okay, so in this lecture, just we have discussed again in general. So in the next lecture we'll start our syllabus, and also you can start some basic concept. Suppose if you want to take some basic concept, so you can tell me, you can take send me on my group on my number that take some basic concept of this organic chemistry, right? So as in the basic first year, everything is a basic. So same thing we'll learn in the basic first year. And but even though if you want to learn something, some basic concept of the organic chemistry, just you can send me a message. We can take that first, and then we can go for the syllabus. Okay. Okay. Any doubt in this one?
No.
No, sir.
No. So are you getting?
No, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right? Okay, so try to attend every lecture. Why? Because every concept depends upon each other. Whatever things we take in this lecture, we assume that you were present for that lecture, and we used to learn the next concept, and next concept maybe depends upon the previous concept. So nothing is different. Everything depends upon each other. When you understand the first topic, very easily we can go for the second topic. When you go for the second topic, sometimes the concept of the first topic may be useful to understand the concept of the second topic. Okay, so don't take it as a different topic. Everything depends upon each other. Okay, so I think if there is no doubt, then we'll stop here, and in the next lecture we'll start with your syllabus or some basic concept. Okay. Okay, thanks to all, and you can leave the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
To all, and you can- Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks to all.